So this man is cutting some vegetables. He's cutting a carrot. Actually, he's chopping. He's chopping a carrot with a knife. And he has chopped the carrot into many little pieces here. There are also 2 tomatoes and some garlic on the table. But then he has a bit of an accident here. While he is chopping the carrot into little pieces, he accidentally cuts his finger with the knife. So he cuts his finger with the knife by accident. And obviously he is in a lot of pain now. So he is holding his right hand, his right wrist actually. He's holding his wrist here. So he's holding his right wrist with his left hand because he is in pain from cutting his finger. And his finger is bleeding. You can see there is blood coming from his finger here, the finger that he has cut by accident. So there are, his finger is bleeding now. There is a bit of blood on his finger. And the man is kind of freaking out a bit, right? Look at his face. He's kind of freaking out. He's kind of panicking and freaking out. He doesn't know what to do. So while he's freaking out, the first thing he does is he runs to the bathroom. He runs over to the bathroom and we can see there is a sink here and there is a tap here. And you can see his finger is still bleeding. And there are actually drops of blood. There is blood dripping onto the floor. So we can see 3 little drops of blood coming from his finger. So there is still blood dripping down. So he runs over to the sink and he turns on the tap to wash his hand and his finger in the sink. And he's still kind of freaking out right now, right? He's sort of freaking out. He doesn't know what to do. And then he takes a little cotton ball. It's a kind of a ball of cotton here. And he puts the cotton ball on his finger, which is bleeding. And he, it soaks up the blood. So the cotton ball here will soak up the blood. It will soak it up. And there we go. So you can see there is some blood on the cotton ball here. There are some bits of blood. The cotton ball has soaked up the blood there. And now the man has stopped freaking out so much, right? Now he seems to be at ease now. He's a lot more at ease with his situation now. So he's stopped freaking out. He's more at ease now. So that's good. So the man is relaxed now. He's at ease now. And now he needs to put on a plaster. So this little thing here, this is a plaster. And he needs to put a plaster on the cut on his finger. So he takes the box of plasters and he tips it upside down. So he takes the box and he tips it upside down into his hand to get the plasters out. But it turns out there's only one plaster left. So only when he tips it upside down, only one plaster falls out of the box. So yeah, it turns out there's only one left. So there's only one plaster left, and the other plasters are all gone. They're all gone, and he has just one plaster. So the first thing he needs to do, there is a plastic covering here. This is like a white plastic covering, and it covers the sticky part of the plaster, right? This part here is very sticky because it will stick to your skin. And so he needs to peel off the plastic covering here. So he's just gonna peel it off like that. So he peels off the plastic covering, and now the sticky part of the plaster, the sticky part is available. It's open, let's say. And then he wraps the plaster around his finger. So he wraps it around. So actually the plaster is on his ring finger. Yes, this is his ring finger. Let me show you the fingers of the hand. So over here is the thumb, of course. This is your thumb. The next finger is called the index finger. So this one here, this is the index finger right there. Then you have the middle finger in the middle. Obviously, that's why it's called the middle finger, because it's in the middle. Then you have the ring finger. And this is when you get married, you put a ring on this finger, right? And that's why it's called the ring finger. Yeah, so he has cut his ring finger. Finally, we have the pinky on the end. So this is the pinky. So we have the thumb, the index finger, the middle finger, the ring finger, which he has cut, and the pinky there as well. And now, you know, the plaster is on his ring finger and it's all sorted now. He doesn't need to freak out anymore because it's all sorted, you know. So he goes back to chopping vegetables again. He continues to chop his carrot while he's wearing the plaster on his ring finger. But of course, eventually he needs to replace the plaster. After 1 day or after 2 days, he needs to get another plaster on his ring finger. But the box is empty, remember? So all the plasters are all gone. So he heads over to the pharmacy, right? So he heads over to the pharmacy, just heads over there, and he goes there to buy a new box of plasters. So he goes to the pharmacy and he buys a whole box of plasters. So now he has loads of plasters. Absolutely loads of plasters now that he can use. Look at that. There's loads of them. That's the end of the video. Thank you for watching. I will see you next time.